Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon here in sunny South Africa, and I have the Tarot of Curious Creatures on the tarot table for this reading and the other reading that I'll be doing today. That is because I am looking at the strangeness of people's identities. So I thought it would be a fun tarot deck to use. I don't think I've used it in a while. And the first person that we are looking at today, the identity of, that is there is speculation around, is the man we all knew as Major Johnny Thompson during the Jubilee. And then, of course, he was promoted. He is now Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson. But there is speculation and gossip and rumour about the poor man, the very fine specimen of a man, I have to add. There is rumour that there is more to him than meets the eye. And the rumour is that he is, in fact, the son of King Charles and Queen Camilla. A wild rumour. And as I carry on shuffling, I always shuffle before and do the final shuffles in front of you. As I carry on shuffling, let me remind you that this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes only. It is all rumour, it is all speculation, it is all just my opinion. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. Now, of course, there are quite a few people who are claiming that they are somehow illegitimate offspring of Charles, Camilla, Andrew. There's a whole slew of these kind of stories. And there's one, I think the most compelling and the most famous is a man in Australia who is quite adamant that he is the child of Charles and Camilla, and he was put up for adoption. They were very young when they had him. He's quite certain about it. I think he's litigated the matter in Australia, tried to get DNA tests. I'm not au fait with the whole story. I'm not reading on that story now, but I'm saying that there is a lot of rumour, there is a lot of speculation, there is a lot of gossip. Also with Harry, there are tales about Harry having other children. I have read on that recently on this channel, all there under the Royals Reading tab on my channel. So I'm going to do a 5-card reading. We're going to look at poor Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson, explore his relationship with each of them, with King Charles, with Queen Camilla, see how he gets on with them, just first and foremost. And we'll ask the dread question, is he in fact related to them? Here, the hidden energy of this thing, what's behind the scenes and all of that. And then the outcome of this reading is, how is he handling all the speculation, all the gossip, all the attention? Because, of course, he has become a huge sex symbol amongst royal watchers. Lots of people digging into his life, his personal life, looking for photos of him. And it must be quite embarrassing, all this attention. It must be quite difficult. He's a married man, and difficult for his wife as well. So we're going to have a look and see. And I don't know anything about Major Johnny Thompson. I don't know when his birthday is at all. But we've got a King of Swords coming up as our underlying energy. And it could be that he is an air sign man. I'm not sure. I should have checked before I started this reading. It didn't actually occur to me to look his birthday up. Anyone knows it? Please put it in the comment section so we can all know and look at this card more intelligently than I can now. But the King of Swords in reverse is cutting out energy. It is somebody who is quite ruthless, quite harsh, quite cold and cruel. And it's difficult energy, upright, it's wise, it's shrewd, it's intelligent, it's clear-headed. In the reverse, it's the shadow aspect of that. It's difficult energy. It's not a happy card, the King of Swords in reverse, not a happy card at all. I think this is his energy coming through. I think that he is finding this difficult. I think he's finding this attention difficult. He's finding the speculation difficult. I think he finds his job at some level also quite difficult. You would never know it from that impassive face that sometimes has a rather attractive smile on it, just a little glimmer of a smile. He certainly loved his time that he spent with Her Majesty, the Queen Elizabeth, the late Queen Elizabeth, and always very jolly, seemingly, when he was with her in Scotland. But I think he's going through some tough times now with that King of Swords in reverse, not enjoying this, not enjoying the commentary, the scrutiny, the digging around, the snooping, the media attention, all of that. That's King of Swords in reverse for him. But we'll check it. So the heart of this reading, let us see what universe wants to tell us. The world. Well, interesting. That is all this publicity, all this notice, all this speculation. It's the end. It's a successful completion of a chapter. And of course, he is in this royal role, and he has he done it in a very performed his role impeccably. He's been promoted. He's very successful at what he does. But he is in the public eye now, because the world card for me in these royal readings has more and more come to represent scrutiny, public scrutiny. All the eyes of everybody on you as you go through these journeys that the major arcana represent, the learning, the lessons of the major arcana. He's there. He's very successful. He's handling it, but he is being exposed. He's being analysed. He's being scrutinized. And so let's look at his relationship with the two main players in this story, in this rumour. First of all, his relationship with his boss, King Charles. How do they get on? I mean, get the moon in reverse. It's difficult. It's difficult. The moon is a card of doubt and suspicion and worry, anxiety, mood swings, a confusion. That's when it's upright. Secrets also. In the reverse, you get a bit of clarity if you're interpreting the card in a positive way. You can see through the shadows, and you begin to see things more clearly. You get over those doubts and those fears and those worries and whatever. I think that for him, he's gone through a very anxious time with King Charles. Of course, being privy to the new king's moods. He is a very emotional man. That is what the moon is about. It's about mood swings. It's about emotions, sometimes out of control emotions. And we've seen it with the leaking pen episodes. Let's say there were more than one. So it's difficult for him. I think he has to be very aware of mood swings, of things going on. He is probably privy to a lot of secrets, a lot of things that we don't know about, things that go on in the background that are tricky. Possibly even treachery and scandal that is being covered up and hidden from us, and I would say has to do, in my opinion, with Harry, possibly also with Andrew, things like that. I think he knows pretty much everything that goes on there, but he's got to tread carefully, and hence the King of Swords in reverse. It's a tricky job, this. Not for the faint-hearted, not for the hypersensitive, because the person that he's working for is very sensitive, very emotional, very moody, and is going through a very intense time emotionally, a very difficult time emotionally. So that is an interesting card to come up. Of course, then we have the Cancerian. It is, to me, the moon is a Cancerian card rather than a Pisces card. We have the Cancerian herself. We have the Queen, the new Queen Consort, Camilla. How's his relationship with her? Just generally, how do they get on? The Six of Wands is great. All fine. There she is. He likes working for her. He likes her energy. He likes her company. It's very jolly, optimistic, upbeat, happy when she's out and about and doing her duty. And the Six of Wands is about victory, is about processions, is about getting on top of things and being on top of your, being on top of your game and all the rest of it. I think he admires her. He admires her spirit, her energy, her enthusiasm, the way she has conquered her doubters and naysayers. He likes her. He likes her. I think he likes her a lot. This is the tricky energy, and this is the one that he probably goes home at the end of the day and quite shattered from the energy that he's dealing with. And I'm not being rude about Charles. I'm being sympathetic here in this reading, in case it hasn't come across that way. The fact that he is going through a very, very difficult time. He is grieving his mother, and he has also found himself now with this quite difficult role, exceptionally difficult role that he's had to take on in his later years. He's no spring chicken. King Charles might have health problems, energy problems, and he has got his own problems in his personal life. So it's difficult, and we can see it. So the big question, is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Is there some sort of familial connection between Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson and Charles and Camilla? Yes or no? Wow. And we get the Death card. That's a Scorpio card. That's quite a shock. That is quite a shock to see. The Scorpio card, the Death card, is the endings and the big change card. Endings and big change. I can, in that card, can find a father figure because it's the Scorpio card, and Charles is, of course, a Scorpio. It's possible. It's possible. Just even the way the card is dressed. Wow. I really am quite stunned. I wasn't expecting to see anything like that. I really am stunned. I'm going to do a clarifier on that card when we get to the end of the reading, and just see what this Death card means, because death is endings, death is change. Ultimately, it's change, it's radical change, it's dramatic change in somebody's life. If this emerged, it was a real shock. It was something that changed all of their lives very dramatically. It would have changed Major Johnny Thompson's life. Not Major, Lieutenant Colonel. It just sounded so much better when it was Major Johnny Thompson. It sounded more jolly. This has got a whole lot more serious. His life is going through a very radical change. The poor man. We can see it with his King of Swords. We can see it with the World, and we can see it with his Death card here. His life is going through some very, very, very radical changes. Things that might have been hidden about Charles are being exposed, and it's possible. I'm not really seeing Camilla so much in this. She could be there. We've got this Moon thing here. Moon is Mother, Moon is Cancer, so we got them both showing up here, really. So I can't say no. In my heart of hearts, I want desperately to say no. There is no basis to this rumor. It's all just bunkum and nonsense, and ignore it. But I can't with that Scorpio card and with the Cancerian card in the reverse. The hidden, the secrets and all the stuff that's buried there. One of the secrets might be that he is in fact connected in some way to them. He's a fine specimen. I'm trying to work out genetically how that happened because when you put the two of them together, you don't really get Major Johnny Thompson. But there is Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson. There is something strange going on that is quite sinister to do with the Scorpio there. And our old hider of secrets might be showing up in that King of Swords in the form of Prince Philip, who was in charge of the family, who buried a lot of metaphoric corpses along the way. Only metaphoric, not literal corpses along the way. Scandals that he covered up, seemingly, allegedly. Wow. How's he handling? Poor Johnny Thompson, how is he handling all the scrutiny, all the speculation? The sex symbol thing is one thing to have to deal with. The speculation on parentage is a whole other thing to have to deal with it. How is he handling it? The Sun, he's fine. He's fine. Another big card that's come out. He's broad shoulders, literally and figuratively. He is optimistic. He's very positive. The Moon in reverse dealing with Charles the son. It's all fine. It's all going to be okay in the end. He's very optimistic. He's very positive. He's very... he is coping with it. It's difficult. It's tricky. He's got a tricky person to work for there. And there is tricky energy there that he's dealing with, definitely. But he himself unscathed. And I'm happy to see that card, particularly because of this one here. And let's get a clarifier. I want to know more about that death card, please. What is the ending? What is the change? We're talking about parentage. We're talking about the scandal, this rumor, the speculation that Major Johnny Thompson is, in fact, the child of Charles and Camilla. Please clarify the death card for me, which is the card of endings and change. And Scorpios. Is he or isn't he? What's going on with that death card? If you want to. Or is the mystery going to remain? To me as a tarot reader, the mystery is still ongoing. I'm not getting a clear answer. Oops. No. Well, something's come out. Something has come out. We got the Five of Cups. A sorrow card. We got a sorrow card here. In the reverse. It's come out in the reverse. It's in a little cartwheel and danced around. There has been sorrow around him. There has been loss, and there has been remorse, and there has been regret. It's possible. It's possible. I don't want to say yes. But it's definitely possible. It's possible that there was a lot of sorrow in the past about something to do with this man and Charles and Camilla. A lot of sorrow. And the card has come out in the reverse, meaning trying to get through it, trying to get over it, trying to get past it, trying to recover from the loss and the grief and the sorrow. So this, and if you can hear chomping in the background, that's Fluffy having a snack. This has turned out to be a more complex reading than I thought. I thought I'd breeze through it and it would say absolutely not. And that's the end of that. But no, can never... all these weird stories with the royals, isn't it weird? And this one in particularly is weird. And this is a sad card to come out. Very sad. For him, he's okay. He's handling whatever is going on. He's handling it. But there is sorrow there, and loss, and regret. So, that is the reading. And thanks for watching. I'll get on with the next identity crisis.